Alrighty guys, welcome back to yet another video. This video is going to be a little bit different. Hopefully the mic is everything's good and set up correctly, but this video is going to be a little different. Obviously I'm at my desk right now and there's a slideshow up, so it's a little interesting. It's not the typical video, but I want to drop some free game. I had a question in one of my comments asking me about my training philosophy, my split, essentially how I train and why I do what I do. So I'm going to be covering that in this video. I do upper lower, and this is just, like I said, programming and my training philosophy. I'm going to get into each thing in more depth, but here's an example of my programming in its bare bones and its bare root. Hopefully my webcam's not in the way, but as you can see, this is my back on 1x frequency. So we're doing the bro split. We're doing every muscle group once per week. Back is going to be like a Wednesday. Then next Wednesday I'll hit back again. Not ideal. And then we switched to 2 to 3x frequency I'd say about 10 months ago. Obviously I did PPL in this time. Like I did PPL after this a little bit, but it wasn't consistent. I would end up doing like arm days, bicep days, whatever. It was so stupid. And then this is when I've been locked in on the 2 to 3x frequency, specifically two for legs and then 3 for upper body. As you can see, my upper body kind of blew up. These are about 2 years apart. Because this was 2023. This was taken actually in 2025, like at the bare end. So about 2 years, maybe 2.5, give or take. But yeah, as you can see, there's some growth there for sure in the width, in the thickness. Overall back development just skyrocketed, not only because of 2 to 3x, but also I trained hard and other things, but 2 to 3x frequency does definitely help that. Here's another prime example. As you can see, my chest growth has been tremendous over the past 2.5 years, 2 years, especially after newbie gains wear off, where newbie gains are just gaining 10 pounds of muscle. But I used to be 1x frequency for chest, again, just a chest day. Now I'm 3x frequency for chest, and as you can see, it is way more 3D. This literally looks like it's like flat Stanley on my chest, on my body. My chest is just flat Stanley. This has 3D. It has obviously the lighting's a little different, but that doesn't negate the fact that it's completely blown up. And I start with it every session to prioritize motor unit recruitment, get the most mechanical tension out of those sets, because your motor unit recruitment drops off throughout the set. So if I did chest last, I wouldn't get as much motor units recruited as if I were to do it first. This proves frequency is king. And if you have to train hard with intent, do not have junk volume, gauge your recovery. I'm going to talk about that in the next slide, but you have to train with intent. Now, for recovery, knowing what you can recover from, right? This is a huge part. Obviously, my split's for me, not for you. You could, by all means, implement this, but everybody's body's different. Everybody's gonna be able to recover at different rates. There's some circumstances and variation in this. As you can see, there's some nuance into this because different things come into play. So we need to understand sleep schedule. Are you sleeping 7 hours a night? Sleeping 8 hours a night? Sleeping 3 hours a night? There's a huge difference between 3 and 8 hours. Like, tremendous. The deep sleep, the recovery. You're not going to be able to recover with 3 hours. If you're sleeping 3 hours a night, please just prioritize sleep and lock in like blue light glasses. I have mine back there. Gonna put them on. It's about 7 p.m. right now. Gonna put them on in like 2 hours or an hour. Anyways, macros. Are you in a deficit? Are you in a surplus? Are you eating so little that you're like on show prep on stage, about to go on stage? Again, that's gonna depict your training, whether you're eating a little bit. Like if you're eating, obviously if you're in a little deficit, you could train however, but if you're in a steep deficit, you're going to want to train smart because risk of injury is there. But if you're in a deficit, standardly cutting, you could easily just train the same. Obviously there's going to be no harm in doing that. I always advertise for everybody to train the same with intensity as if they were in a surplus so they could actually progress. Then RIR/RPE gauge. If you're a beginner lifter, train at 0 RIR. That's all I'm going to say. Or 10 RPE, go to failure because you don't have a gauge for it. 4 years into training now. May 2026 will be 4 years. So I'm getting my gauge. I know when I can get another rep. I know when I can't. Elijah Mundy always has a great example of this because people don't understand how fast reps could drop off, especially at the, I think it's like the velocity force curve, especially at the lower rep ranges. So just if you're a beginner, train at 0 RIR. If you want to be safe, train at 0 RIR. Don't go stupid and get injured, but that's what I'm advertising. And then the next part is I'm saying basically some people can recover from higher amounts of volume. Some people can recover from 6 sets of chest, depending on your body, and others only 2 within 72 hours. It's completely different, completely randomized. Your chest might be more susceptible to get sore. So honestly, just know your body is the huge part of your programming and how you train. So here is the game. Here's some ball knowledge. My current split. It's currently upper, lower, upper, rest, lower, upper, rest. So I hit upper Sunday, I hit lower Monday, upper Tuesday, rest Wednesday. lower Thursday, and then upper Friday. So there you go. But for upper, we're just going to go through it. Basically, chest, 3x, this is all 3x week. Chest is just going to be an incline press, keeping our elbows tucked in for the clavicular head. I'm going to go through this really quick because I talk about a lot about this on my TikTok. So check that out, Longo Talks. Then a fly for the sternocostal region, back, frontal, transverse, sagittal plane, those movements, shoulder press, lateral raise, triceps, single arm push down, bias the long head, and then a JM press to bias the medial and lateral. I don't know why I just pointed at my elbow. The triceps right here, medials right here. This is the long head, and laterals like along there. Biceps, just preacher curls. Brachialis gets enough stimulus out of that. Brachioradialis as well. If you want to implement a hammer curl, all means do it. Then lower, 2 times frequency. My legs get so sore, just me personally. If you could hit it 3x, do it. I just can't. So I always do a hinge. My hinges are so crap because I just neglected erectors and glutes and it's kind of hamstrings for the longest time. And I just set myself back. I had a hamstring injury like 3 years ago. That sent me back a ton on hamstring training. But then quads, I do a squat pattern, leg extensions. This could be in any order, by the way. You need the leg extensions to hit the rec fem. It's the middle part of the quad. And then a hamstring curl, adductors, calf raises. If you don't have your knee straight on calf raises, so what you're doing, I think it's something with the soleus not getting hit effectively. If you are in knee flexion where it's like seated, if I'm doing calf raises right now under my desk and it's just seated, it's not ideal, so do it straight legs. Now this is going to rub some feathers. Genetic pill. We need to understand genetics and insertions. They play a huge role in how your physique looks, how you respond to training, and overall your dreams need to be realistic. Because if I said I want to look like David Lade, yes, I have the height. Do I have the waist? No. Like literally look at this. This dude's waist is like 27 inches. Mine's probably like 30. And as you can see, it like pops out right there. It's just my hip bone. I'm pretty lean in this. This was like 2024. I'm going to get leaner than this summer, but I don't have those genetics. Jeff Side, again, shredded, absolutely insane insertions. Alex Eubank, bubbly chest, right? I don't have that chest. I used to think I did, but you can't get that chest because it's just genetic. His insertions, his muscle bellies, etc. are just different than mine. And obviously everybody could play to their own strengths. That's what I'm saying. Maximize your potential. Don't maximize someone else's potential. That's not a good idea. You will never look exactly like them. Genetics are different. The closest you get is be a sibling, be related to them. I know me and my brother both train. We have pretty similar genetics, but still there are some differences. But as you can see, I'm never going to look like this, like ever, because I will never be David. But anyways, my training philosophy. So here we go. Strengthen progressive overload-based approach. Microloading and repetition for motor pathways. Now, motor pathways are built after doing a movement for continuous amounts of time. There's 4 ways I notice progression. These are the big 4. The pillar, more weight, obviously more reps, faster concentric speed, so faster on the way up, not the eccentric, not the way down. Then better form is also a huge one. If you have better form, if you were doing an incline press, you flared them out on the last rep, and then this time you got the same reps, but you kept them tucked in. It's much harder to keep them tucked in because if you think about it, your middle chest could press a lot more than your upper chest solely can. So makes sense, right? And in terms of mindset, Jordan Peters, literally just Jordan Peters. He's been changed my way of training a bunch. I found him out like late, low key. I found him, let's see, it was like March last year where I really started looking into him and saw his membership site, saw some clips from there, and it was just really motivating and really made me train differently and push myself to my limits. I have a SoundCloud that actually has like clips of him over songs, so tap into that. It actually does pretty well. But so this is Jordan. Obviously, he's a 5'6" bear, essentially. He's huge. Yes, this is P. I don't know if I'm allowed to say piss, but I just did. It's insane. I guess that's what gear does. But yeah, I mean, it's insane how he approaches training, the type he can get out of it. It's nuts. I think this might be the last slide, but if you don't stick with a split long enough to notice progress, you're just going to have neurological adaptations. You're actually going to be hindering your progress because you're going to psych yourself into thinking that you're progressing really fast, especially if you're doing new movements. And then when that neurological adaptations wear off, you get demotivated and you just switch split. That's the worst thing you could do. I hate when people do that because essentially you're just killing all the true progress that could be made because you're not adapting anymore. That's when real progress starts. Once it starts slowing down, that's actually when you're making the real progress. So do not just say, okay, well, my progress isn't coming every day, every session, so I should just switch splits. Do not switch splits. It will only reduce your ability to standardize your form, standardize your movements, standardize everything in general, standardize your exercise sequencing. You just got to stick with a split for a long enough time. And like I said, reduces your ability to notice true progress in neurological adaptations. And if you don't have patience, what are you doing? It's a long-term sport. Obviously, don't just hop on within your first year of lifting, but have some patience, notice that progress, and trust me, it'll be so rewarding. Delayed gratification. Oh, that's the last slide. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is free game. If you have any questions, you could ask them here or in the Discord. The Discord's always in the description. Longo1's the bucked up code. LONGOLIFTS is the Gympin code. I'll do a quick plug here. And then also, if you guys want me to post this slideshow, the specific slideshow in the Discord, just join and let me know. I'll gladly post it. If you want to, like, I don't know, it's on YouTube too. So if you want to just look at it again, from your own eyes. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was informative, but also kind of fun. I enjoyed making this. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Alrighty, I forgot to say this in the video, but I want all you guys to tap into the Science-Based Lifting Discord. I might have mentioned it, but I forget. It's actually the next day and I'm editing it. Here is a full, complete breakdown of the Science-Based Lifting Discord. I might make a separate video on this, so let me know if you guys want that. But obviously we have general chat, training. This is where you can post your training logs, asking questions, super quick breakdown. You could rate physiques, etc. Just a super quick breakdown. So tap in if you haven't already. It's always in the description of this video. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.